Today in Cloud Gaming News, we have new games hitting Game Pass, we have some new information about the Activision Blizzard acquisition from Microsoft, but we're going to kick things off by talking about GFN Thursday. Truth be told, it's a relatively short news cycle this week. There are 3 games being added and we'll be going over each one. One of them in particular is going to make a lot of people happy, but before we do, let's talk about the anniversary gift for members. If you've opted into the GeForce NOW rewards portal, you can look forward to these Dying Light 2 goodies arriving soon. All members are eligible to receive the post-Oppo outfit, but those subscribed to Ultimate and Priority will get some additional rewards. It's always cool to see these digital rewards drop, and if you haven't already, I would highly advise you opt into the rewards portal. I'll link it in the description below. Even if you're not a Dying Light 2 player, you never know when there will be a reward for a game you do play. But now let's get to the 3 games arriving to GeForce NOW this week. Up first is a title that I know is going to make a lot of people happy, and that's Baldur's Gate 3. It's worth noting that it is currently in early access and available to pick up on Steam, but I gotta say this is a D&D player's dream come true. It's made by the same people who brought us Divinity Original Sin 2, and I gotta say that's probably one of the best RPGs of all time. Baldur's Gate 3 plans on being the next generation of RPG, and it's built on the Divinity 4.0 engine. It promises a grand cinematic narrative that brings you closer to the characters you create and party up with friends. The game supports up to 4-player online multiplayer. There will be plenty of choices for you and your party to make. A lot of those decisions will affect the story, and no 2 adventures will ever be the same. The turn-based combat is based around the D&D 5e rule set, so team-based initiative, advantage, and disadvantage, along with role modifiers, all join the combat system. Real talk, as somebody who played this over on Stadia, I'm super happy to see it being brought over to GFN. It's easily one of the most anticipated titles for me this year. Following that, we have a game that's free on the Epic Games Store this week, February 9th to the 16th, and that's Recipe for Disaster. The game's described as a management sim that captures the fast-paced, drama-filled environment of a professional kitchen and dining room. In it, you'll get to build the restaurant of your dreams, create recipes, design menus, and manage your staff, all while contending with the demanding customers and disastrous situations that follow. I can't say it's a game that speaks too loudly to me, but hey, for free, I'll play it. The last title being added this week is called Inside the Backrooms, and it's available on Steam. It seems to be following the ever-popular Backrooms YouTube series that kinda popped off in a big way. I can't say that I personally get it, but people really seem to love this stuff, and it's got very positive reviews over on Steam with over 24,000 reviewers. As a heads up, the game does feature online co-op, but it is in early access, so only expect the 4 levels that have currently been added so far, though people seem to really enjoy what they play. Plenty of items to help you survive, puzzles that need to be solved to help you escape, and there is proximity voice chat, which I would recommend playing with because the evil entities can apparently hear you too. While that covers the latest in GFN news, let's quickly switch gears and talk about Activision Blizzard's acquisition by Microsoft. I made a video on it earlier this week saying that the CMA appeared to be opposing the deal, and well, it happened. They've officially opposed it, they've released 300 plus pages of why, and it's kind of crazy. I'd consider making a deep dive into those pages. If that's something you're interested in, let me know down in the comment section below, but to summarize everything, it's pretty simple. While they've officially opposed the merger, it doesn't mean that the deal is closed just yet. In fact, Microsoft still has the opportunity to give remedies to hopefully please the CMA. In total, there are 3 outcomes: complete prohibition of the merger, divestiture of the Activision business, or behavioral commitments by the parties. Microsoft's ideal scenario is getting away with behavioral remedies. This would be their commitment to bringing COD to as many platforms as possible for so-and-so years. But it is worth noting that the CMA typically doesn't really like those types of remedies, and in their history, it's really rare that they've ever accepted them. Instead, they like divestiture, which means that a part of the business will be sold off and not be included as part of the sale. And the CMA themselves actually suggested some of these opportunities, and they all revolve around Call of Duty. It seems like what they're really after is for Call of Duty to be separated from sale because they consider it too important to the gaming market. And really, that's a whole other can of worms. Would Microsoft even be interested in the purchase were it not for Call of Duty being a part of it? Who knows? Regardless, it's going to be extremely interesting to see what happens next. Interestingly enough though, I also need to point out that cloud gaming is a pretty big part of this. There is concern that if this deal goes through, it puts Xbox at a very advantageous position, because not only would they own some really popular IP, but that they also own Windows and Azure. I also want to bring this table that was shared to attention. It shows the average monthly active users for the cloud gaming services, and you can see how they stack up. This is extremely interesting information to see. You can see that xCloud actually has 60 to 70% of the monthly active users in the cloud gaming space already. Nvidia GFN follows it between 10 to 20%, the same with PlayStation Cloud Gaming, and both Google Stadia and Amazon Luna were between 0 to 5%. I feel like there's a whole lot I could say just about this, but I'll leave it at that for now. Interesting statistics to see overall though. I'm really hoping that if Microsoft commits to behavioral remedies, putting their games on GeForce NOW, Boosteroid, or other cloud gaming services will be a part of the promise. But if I'm being completely honest, in my opinion, the chances this deal now goes through is looking slimmer and slimmer by the day. Let me know what you think though. Now let's move over to the Game Pass news, and that's the Wave 1 release for February. As a heads up, I'll be doing a separate deep dive video on the channel soon, so be sure to subscribe to not miss out, but for now, let's quickly go over the list of games. Wave 1 includes Atomic Heart, Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, SD Gundam Battle Alliance, Shadow Warrior 3 Definitive Edition, City Skylines Remastered, and Madden 23. All titles except Madden 23 are slated to come to cloud. My personal thoughts is that this is a very good list of games. Seriously, Atomic Heart looks fantastic, Mountain Blade 2 is something I've heard a ton about, and Shadow Warrior 3 is just a ton of fun. But if you're into games like SimCity, then City Skylines cannot be missed, and Madden 23 is sure to appease the sports fans. The title I know least about is SD Gundam Battle, but it looks pretty adorable with the chibi looking Gundams. Either way, let me know your thoughts. Do any of these titles excite you? Are you interested in playing them when they drop? And with that, we've wrapped up this Cloud Gaming News Day. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As always, I want to give you my thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. This has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming related. And until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.